Hi there, and welcome to this first video where we're going to show you how to install Fluvia. So probably you already got to the website, so here you can download Fluvio. So feel free to go to our GitLab link and download everything. So you can download this compressed file, or you can clone the case in your computer. We recommend you to clone because we're in the initial phase where we are doing a lot of development and updates, so better get that one so you can update everything using Git. And something important that as well in the files you will find the this PDF containing installation instruction. This installation instruction work fine, flawless in OpenSUSE version 15 and newer versions. I'm sure it will work also in other Linux versions, but we haven't tested. But what is important to install Fluvio, you need to have a Fortran compiler, so the standard compiler that you get with your distribution, your Linux or Unix distribution. You need to have CMake and OpenMPI library. Okay, then these other libraries that you have here are these one are distributed with Fluvio, compile automatically, and PETSC you can use the system library or you can compile it. Okay, so we recommend to install system libraries, but if you want to compile it, we're going to show how to do that. Okay, and you have some other instructions how to compile. So I will show you how to do that. So if you go to PETSC here, you can download the version, okay, download the latest version. With Fluvio, you get access to all the options. So first, let me show you how to compile PETSC. So here I already downloaded the two versions. You can put Fluvio whatever you want, okay? There is no limitation in your installation. So here I'm putting Fluvio in this directory called Fluvio install. So let me extract PETSC. So first we need to compile PETSC. Okay, so now that we have PETSC, you can enter there. And again, here you have some instructions. Okay, you go here, this is additional library. We're more than addition, it's compulsory. So here, see that you have the instructions. So PETSC comes with many actions, okay? So the first time, try to install, let's say to get a minimal installation of PETSC, okay? But then with time, probably you can try and get more complicated additional actions, okay, with some other packages. Or if you already know how to use PETSC, just feel free and install all the packages, everything you would like. So let's go through here and let's configure. Okay, so I think I already have the option here in my terminal. So here, this is the basic installation. So everything optimized is a production installation, no debugging. This is very important. So let me launch this one, and PETSC will launch this script and it will configure everything automatically. So there are some other libraries that you will also require, but usually they are installed with your system, stuff like LAPACK or BLAST, ScalarPad, things like that. But if PETSC it doesn't find those libraries, it will give you a warning. Okay, but usually all those libraries are installed. So here is going through the configuration. Something very important here. So see here that I configure everything, and now here you have this line. You just copy and paste this line, and it will compile PETSC. So see that make. Put it in this directory. So let me put it here because I want to show you something else. So now it's going to do the compilation. While it's doing the compilation, let me show you my bash RC. So if you are using OpenSUSE, and sometimes some people have problem finding the OpenMPI library. So be careful that this is the location of the OpenMPI library in OpenSUSE. Okay, if you are using another operating system, be sure to find that location. So also this, it is explained here. Okay, so you need to give the right path. Okay, to get access to the parallel compilers. So now PETSC is compiling. At this point, we need to wait a little bit, okay? So as soon as we have PETSC, okay, we are going to load that library, and then we can extract Fluvio and do the compilation. Fluvio compilation is very straightforward, okay? You have all the requirements. It should compile with no problems, okay? So there is just this script we're going to see later. So at this point, let's wait a little bit and see how, what happens when the PETSC compilation is over. Okay, at this point, the compilation is done on my side, so you should have this message at the end. So it's the one you can run this command and it will check the installation. So it will run in serial MPI and then complete everything, and it's okay. So at this point we have PETSC. We can move to the next step, which is the compilation of Fluvio. Okay, so now that you have Fluvio, you will need to extract it. So let me extract it here. So it's a little bit a lot of files that you're extracting, but because we have the documentation, okay, something equivalent to the doxygen, but it's something for Fortran, okay. So that's why it's a big file. So here we have the source code, and this is the script that we use to compile. Okay, we just need to type make Fluvia and we compile everything. But before doing so, we need to source Fluvia. So you have this file here, okay, and as you open this file, it will source Fluvia, okay, the directory will give the location, everything. But what is also important, okay, here you will source your PETSC library. So here you have a location, which likely is not the one that you have in your computer. So what you need to do is to manually source that. Okay. So in our case, I install everything. Okay. So let's go here. The installation is here. Okay. So let me put it here. Then architecture is this file, okay, this directory. So there we put it. Let me put it here, architecture, and now here we'll call the LD path, okay, the library using this. Okay, so we have all the installation there. So now that we have this, so here also you can set up some other things if you want, okay. But it's important to set up. Sometimes also instead of using this line that it will automatically, you know, find the directory where I'm running, I prefer to do it manually. So I will go to Fluvio install and I will put it here like this. Okay, and then put it here. Okay, so now I'm pointing to the directory where I put it. So I prefer to do it like this. Sometimes this might give you problems. Okay, sometimes you can have many things in your bash RC, or you are using a different shell terminal. This instruction, by the way, everything works with bash. Okay, so now that we have this, we can source. Okay, you go source Fluvio bash RC. So when you source this one, you are loading all the environment variables. Okay, so you need to do this every time that when you compile for the first time, but every time that you want to run Fluvio, open a new window, you need to source everything. So you can source this automatically or manually. I prefer to do it manually, okay? And to check that everything will set up automatically, you can type alias, okay? And it will show you all the aliases that you have. So you should have here the Fluvio aliases. So as you type Fluvio, you will see that you have all the options. It will go to the directory. So now that we're sure that we have everything, okay, we also load a PETSC, so we can go echo, and if I make an echo to that library, we should have the pointing PETSC here. So here we're pointing to the right place. So we just go now and we type make Fluvio, and it's done. So it will need some additional libraries. It will here's downloading all those libraries that I mentioned here that you will have it. So it is downloading BTK Fortran, QContainerlib, and JSON Fortran. and compile everything automatically. It will link everything to PETSC and it will compile the library. So here you will have all your source code. So in a later video, we're going to show you briefly the source code organization. So at this point, it's working, it's doing the compilation. So let's wait a little bit. The compilation should be relatively fast, less than 10 minutes, but let's wait a little bit. Okay, at this point in my computer is done. So see that after you have the compilation, you should get this message. As you get this message, you have Fluvia in your computer. Okay, so all the executables, everything, okay, after compilation should be in your directory. So if you type now, for instance, FLUBIO-PETSC, which will be the first solver that we're going to use, -help, -help, should give you some basic help here. Okay, so if you get a message like this, means that everything is okay. Also, if you want to know the specific location where you have that executable, you go which, okay, and then you go there, sources, solvers, okay, and bin, and here you will have all the solvers that we have currently with currently we have with Fluvia. So we have the basic solvers, okay, the basic physics, the all Poisson, Laplace equation, convection, diffusion. Later we're going to add more solvers such as Burger's equation, wave equation, and then we have the important ones in Navier-Stokes solvers. Okay, so in another video we're going to show you how to run basic cases. So at this point, you should have Fluvia in your computer, and I think you are ready to go. So remember that if you open a new window, you will see that Fluvio is not available anymore. So remember that always you open a new window, you will need to source, okay, your bash environment, and now you should have here your Fluvio installation. Okay, so I hope you found this useful. It's very straightforward, as you see. So see you in the next time, okay, in the next video, where we're going to show you a little bit more about directory organization. Thank you and bye.